Welcome. This is January 12th, 2022, and this is the Board of County Commissioners session. Aaron, before we start, would you lead us in prayer today?
Absolutely. Please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We ask that you provide our leaders with your wisdom and guidance. We ask for you to provide healing and comfort to those who are ill and to those who have recently lost loved ones. For those who you are calling home, we ask for your mercy and grace on their souls. Lord, place your hands upon the healthcare staff and first responders to give them strength and much needed rest. Lord, we pray to you in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Commissioner Painter, you want to lead us in the pledge?
Be honored to. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, we will now start our official meeting. Call this meeting to order, please. We have two sets of minutes, and I think we should probably do these separately, right? One is the reorganizational minutes, January 10th. Could I have a motion to approve those?
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. And then we have the regular session minutes of January the 10th. Do I have a motion to approve those?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. Item C is consent agenda. We have had this before us. Are there any deletions or corrections?
None here.
Then I would make a call for a motion to approve.
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. Non-consent. Item number 5 is a recommendation that the Board of County Commissioners adopt resolution number 007-22 resolving to approve payment to vendors in the total amount of $3,593,596.42 as set forth in the BCC approval invoice report for checks dated January 12, 2022, BCC directed prepaid invoices reports and or procurement card transaction report is presented by the county auditor on January 10, 2022, and further authorizing the county auditor to issue warrants for same pursuant to section 319.16 of the Ohio Revised Code. Do we have a motion to pay the bills?
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. Item number 6, Tim Dick.
Good morning, Commissioners. Item number 6 is a recommendation of Thomas J. Eigel, County Administrator, to authorize Timothy Dick, Director, Department of Job and Family Services, to execute a memorandum of understanding by and between the Clermont County Department of Job and Family Services, acting in its role as administrative agent for Clermont County Family and Children First, and Clermont County Board of Developmental Disabilities located in Batavia, Ohio. And this is for the provision of local American Rescue Plan Act activities in Clermont County during the state fiscal years 2022 and 2023, and for the enhancement of Clermont County's early intervention programs in an amount not to exceed $12,151.55 for state fiscal year 2022 and $49,912.05 for state fiscal year 2023, for a total amount not to exceed $62,063.60, effective for the periods of January 2nd, 2022 through June 30th, 2023, pursuant to the terms and conditions specified therein.
Thank you. We've heard the reading of item number 6 by Tim Dick. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. Thank you. Item number 7, Jeanette Nichols. Is she muted?
Sorry.
Okay,
Good morning.
good morning.
Morning.
Apologize for that. On the recommendation of Robert S. Leahy, County Sheriff, with the concurrence of Thomas J. Igel, County Administrator, to execute the second renewal and amendment to the Health Services Agreement with Southern Health Partners, Inc., 2030 Hamilton Place, Suite 140, Chattanooga, Tennessee, which was previously ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on April 15, 2020, and amended and renewed on January 6, 2021, for the provision of inmate health services at the Clermont County Jail for an additional one-year term effective February 1st, 2022 through January 31st, 2023 at the cost of $1,158,715.08, with all other terms and conditions of the original agreement and amendments thereto to remain in full force and effect.
Thank you. Board, we've heard the reading of item number 7. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes, thank you. Item number 8, Suki Sheets.
Morning, Board. Item number 8 is a recommendation of Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, to accept the 2021 Summary Report of Force Account Projects submitted by the Office of the County Engineer, which authorized the County Engineer to employ labor, purchase materials, and proceed by force account in the maintenance, repair, construction, and reconstruction of roads, bridges, and culverts in Clermont County during the calendar year 2021, pursuant to Resolution 00621 adopted by the Board on January 11, 2021, in compliance with Section 554319 of the Ohio Revised Code.
Okay, we've heard the reading of item number 8. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes. Item number 9.
Item number 9 is a recommendation to adopt resolution number 008-22, which will authorize the county engineer to employ labor, purchase materials, and proceed by force account in the maintenance, repair, construction, or reconstruction of roads, bridges, culverts, and ditches in Clermont County, Ohio during fiscal year 22, with the county engineer to prepare the estimates of costs before proceeding with each project using the force account assessment form developed by the Auditor of State pursuant to Section 554319 of the Revised Code, to prepare the estimates of costs before proceeding with ditch projects pursuant to Section 6137.05 of the Ohio Revised Code, and when a roadwork estimate is to exceed $3,000 per mile, the actual force account costs will be provided to the Board of County Commissioners pursuant to Section 5555.72 of the Ohio Revised Code.
Thank you. Board, we've heard the reading of item number 9. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. Thank you, Suki.
Thank you.
Item number 10, Holly Crew.
Item number 10 is the recommendation to authorize Mary Kay Rains, Director, Office of Management and Budget, or Wayne Prescott, Fleet Manager, Board of County Commissioners, for and on behalf of the Board of County Commissioners, Clermont County, Ohio, or in their absence, Thomas J. Igel, County Administrator, the authority to execute all documentation relative to requests for all license plates, titles, and/or transfers for county-owned vehicles January 1st, 2022 to December 31st, 2022.
Board, we've heard the reading of item number 10. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. Item number 11, Diana Owens.
Morning.
Morning.
Recommendation of myself, Diana Owens, Court Administrator, Court of Common Pleas, with the concurrence of Thomas J. Igel, County Administrator, to authorize Bonnie J. Fletcher, President of the Board of County Commissioners, to execute a laboratory services agreement by and between the County of Clermont, Ohio, and Mercy Health Clermont Hospital, LLC, for and on behalf of the Clermont County Court of Common Pleas as a designated implementing agency for the provision of court-ordered laboratory testing services at the not-to-exceed rate of $60 per court-ordered test effective for the period of January 12, 2022 through March 11, 2024, pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth in and in concert with directives thereof from the Mercy Health Clermont Hospital LLC and contingent upon the release of the required purchase order relative thereto.
Thank you. Board, we've heard the reading of item number 11. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Bachelor,
Yes. Okay. And Tom, we're going to table item 12.
Yeah, I think there was a motion to table until today, so we need an additional motion to table that item. Of course, we would have that item remain on the table until next week,
Okay. Do I have a motion to table? Item number 12.
January 19th.
Sorry.
To January 19th. Is that, okay.
Yeah.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay. Any further discussion on that?
So we should have the rates effective by that time.
Okay. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Bachelor,
Yes. Thank you. Okay. Additions to the agenda, Tom? Thank you. And at this time, we're going to move G up before F. County staff, elected officials discussion.
That would be me. I just wanted to follow up with the board, report on the CIC a little bit, and then also follow up on our conversation we had at the last session of 2021 with some road funding issues. So I'm happy to report that the CIC, if you recall, long before I think any of us were here, except for maybe Commissioner Painter, the CIC was loaned or given approximately $5 million for the South Afton Commerce Park. And pursuant to an agreement between the Board of Commissioners and the CIC, they would repay that money once the sale of Afton went through. And as you recall, we did sell the remaining piece to Nestle Purina last year. And so the CIC passed a motion last week to transfer that $5 million back to the county, which was per their original agreement. So just to give you some stats, the CIC purchased that land for $3.28 million. And the various sales of property, whether it was to Nestle Purina or to Duke Realty, netted $8.3 million. And with the investment that the county put into the infrastructure, it was about $7 million, all told with land acquisition and infrastructure improvements. The money returned off of those sales, $8.3 million. So you had about $1.3 million that came back or will come back to the county at some point. So that was definitely not a money loser on that particular project. So I say that because I want to transfer or move forward to when we talked with Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, last session. We have a road project that is received some funding commitments from the TID and OKI for the Eichholz Road roundabouts. And one of the actions on that particular development, obviously this all kind of relates to 32. And as you know, the 32 Buxton interchange was recently awarded by ODOT. So that's going to start construction next month. Part of the larger plan for transportation infrastructure in that area is these Eichholz roundabouts. And so County Engineer Evans told us that they had about a $2 million shortfall from that. And that was obviously planned. That was part of the process as it went forward. The TID has committed $3.1 million in funding. Water Resources has some funding in there as well for some water line work. And then OKI awarded the county the TID, I should say, a $5.5 million grant, which does require some local matching funds. Well, the time has come now to put that project forward and move forward. At the last session, the board asked staff to look into ways to potentially fund this project. I know we talked about American Rescue Plan funds. We talked about some other funds, but this is an opportunity here to use some of that money that was gained off the Afton sale. So my request would be that the board consider funding the remaining $2 million for this particular project out of that planning and development fund, which is where the Afton money came from. So I would like that for your consideration as well.
And just if I could, if it's okay, before we discuss that up here on, I just want to make a clarification that money goes all the way back to Ivy Point. You know, that's when the investment actually started. You know, and so that money, you know, made the acquisition at Ivy Point, and then we all know what Ivy Point has turned out to be today with TQL and other investors there like Mercy Health and the Eye Center and places like that, and then got rolled to some investment there in the Eastgate area, and then came on to South Afton, and now is being invested for transportation, obviously to for the betterment of all people that drive on Clermont County roads. So just wanted to make sure that, we realize that, that money gets used over, and as money is made on that money, it really springboards a lot of different kind of projects in Clermont County. So yeah, it's a great thing.
And it will open up 32 more.
Oh, no question.
And I'm sure East is looking forward to that, to opening up their potential for development. So
Mhm.
anything else? So are you asking for a motion then today, sir?
That's correct. We're looking for a motion to commit up to $2 million for the Icolts Road roundabout projects. It would be a transfer from when the time is right. Obviously, the money's not going to transfer right away, but we just need to finalize our commitments to move that project forward. So it'd be a motion to commit $2 million in funding to the TID from the Planning and Development Fund.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
I have a second.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. Anything else, Mr. Bickford?
Just remind people, get your dog licenses. The county auditor has created a new way to get your licenses online. So we encourage people to do that because that directly helps fund our animal shelter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other staff or elected officials?
One other conversation that we should have is, we know that the TID is a very viable, option for getting large projects like this done. I know there's been some concern about that as far as funding the TID, on down the road and in the future. And I think Greg and Tom, I think that's something that if the board agrees, really should be looked into. And we should see if we can expand the scope of the TID, and obviously expand those that invest in that, because there's a large reinvestment that you get back from investing in the TID. So I would think that it's probably time to open that up, for participation to other townships, and obviously take a look at what that board membership looks like, as far as maybe expanding the board membership too. So if you would take a look at that, I'd really appreciate it.
To add more members on the TID?
Well, just to look at the possibility of, opening the scope of the TID. The TID obviously has TID benefits all roadways, all bridges, and all projects that are in Clermont County. But the current investors in that process are the Clermont County Board of Commissioners, Miami Township, and then Union Township. And there are many other townships that could benefit from that if they chose to participate. So, okay.
Anything else? Okay, moving on then to F, and I would entertain a motion to go into executive session pursuant to section 121.22 G1 and G3 of the Ohio Revised Code to 1, consider the appointment, employment, or compensation of a public employee or more public employees, or the investigation of charges or complaints against a public employee, and 2, confer with prosecuting attorney concerning disputes involving the public body that are the subject or pending or imminent court action, respectfully. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion on this? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes, we shall return. Okay. We've returned from executive session. No decisions was made. And at this time, we will open up for public participation. Anyone? Seeing no one, we'll move on to H, members' comments. Any comments?
Just a few.
I knew you'd have something, David.
Well, one of the things I just want to bring your attention to is that, the Beckjord remediation project that we have down there, you've seen in the papers and on the news that neighbors opposing pit expansion is sued Beckjord for the remediation activities, and they're trying to imply some RCRA law violations. And they may or may not be successful for that. Obviously, the Beckjord remediation is near and dear to our hearts because we have a well field right down there next to the Beckjord remediation project. One of the features that's in that remediation project is the extraction wells. That's a mechanical process to pull the level of the water down to keep any particular hazardous constituents that might come in contact with that water from continuing to migrate into the well field area. So there's been a redundant extraction well installed there. But one of the things I wanted to bring to your attention is that I just got notification yesterday from the National Association of Counties that the federal EPA is through citizen engagement is taking a look at those rules again. And one of the things that they're looking at very, very strong is the fact that these coal impoundments and projects sites that are closed that include non-lined impoundments of ash. And that concern is the fact that since there's no hydraulic barrier between the groundwater and the actual hazard constituent, that they are going to look at that. And that may well result in new regulations or new requirements that require exactly what NOPE is suing for, that may require that material to be excavated and then placed in a properly lined impoundment. Now, whether that's on or off the site, I wouldn't know, but I just want to bring it to your attention that not only are we as commissioners following it closely and as a county following it closely, but there's starting to be a lot of pushback, realizing that there are these coal-fired plants all over the United States that are closing, and they're going to have to be remediated correctly to make sure that 30 or 40 years down the road from now, there's not an impact to that water. Just wanted to bring that to your attention. And then you've probably heard on the news the Ben Spence Bridge. The governor of Kentucky and the governor of Ohio have entered into a bilateral agreement between Ohio and Kentucky that is going to allow them to apply for and hopefully pull down about $900 million. And $900 million will build the bridge. The Kentucky governor has committed to building that bridge without tolls. And so keep in mind, the two states will still be responsible for about $1.6 billion. And some of the discussions are the legislation is going to allow each of those states to be able to commit future earnings. So we may well get a Ben Spence Bridge.
Wow.
Somebody asked today what it looks like. Just to tell you what the preliminary plans are, the new bridge goes west of the existing bridge towards the Covington side. The new bridge brings 8 additional lanes to the current bridge that has 8 additional lanes. So that will be a 16-lane capacity there. That bridge will only pick up traffic 75, 71 south. But the 71 north portion of it will be handled by the old bridge. So that traffic kind of gets separated there. So great project, all the plans and specifications and all the prerequisites are done at OKI. And if the money comes available, they will start on that immediately. So I'm watching it closely. I think a lot of people are kind of excited that we're finally going to get a bridge that's not outdated. So.
and safe.
That's it.
That hit the
Yep.
news this morning, too.
Yep.
It was all over the radio this morning. Good.
That's it.
Anything else? Then I guess we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Bachler.
Yes, I thought you wanted to stay, Dave.
Oh.
Everyone.